Hello. Today I want to talk about the seventh state of consciousness. The seventh state of consciousness is unity consciousness, known as Brahmi Chetana. The first three states of consciousness are waking, dreaming, and sleeping. These are the states of consciousness of the relative field. All human beings carry these states of consciousness. Probably all animals and fish, all creatures, and perhaps even the flora of this world have a version of waking, dreaming, and sleeping. These are the states of consciousness of the relative field, of the created world. The fourth state of consciousness is not of the relative field. It is not of the created world. The fourth state of consciousness is the transcendent. It is pure consciousness, divine being, universal God. This fourth state of consciousness, the transcendent, is gained during your meditation practice when you transcend the relative field, when you transcend the consciousness of the relative field. Then the experience is of pure consciousness, of divine being that is yourself. The fifth state of consciousness is enlightenment. In this state of consciousness, the transcendent is so familiar because of repeated and regular experience during your meditation practice, that your mind and physiology rise to the status of the transcendent. One holds this consciousness at all times, along with the consciousness of the relative field, the waking, sleeping, or dreaming. There is consciousness of self and consciousness of the relative. One knows oneself as completely separate from the relative field, completely separate from all the activity here in the world. The fifth state of consciousness is the first stage of enlightenment. Then the sixth state of consciousness develops when one is established in oneself in the fifth state of consciousness. Devotion to one's personal God develops and grows. One's personal God might be Christ or Krishna, might be Buddha or Maharishi. One's personal God might be any fully realized human being. In this sixth state of God consciousness, one perceives the entire relative field in its most fine and faint celestial values. There is consciousness of self, and there is consciousness of the finest celestial values of the relative field. This consciousness is of your personal God, made manifest here in all of creation. But consciousness continues to evolve. And the consciousness of your personal God manifest here in the world changes. The personal God dissolves into the infinities of Brahm. Brahm, that is the Lord of Lords, the infinities of infinities. The consciousness of your personal God dissolves into Brahm, into unity, consciousness. Your self dissolves into Brahm, unity, consciousness. Now there is consciousness of Brahm alone. This is unity, consciousness. There is only the knowing of Brahm. And anyone who knows Brahm is no longer any one. The knower of Brahm is Brahm. Thank you, beloved Guru. All glory be to thee.